4 days ago, I completed the Penn and Teller MasterClass, and in this video, I'm going to share my experience with you and actually attempt to fool you with some of the tricks that I've learned. My name is Finn, and for the last 6 months, I've been on a masterclass rampage. Whenever I've had a moment spare, I've been binging hard on different classes. I've learned everything from magic to mindfulness, sleep to negotiation, poker, science and acting. When I saw that Penn and Teller had a class on the art of magic, I just knew I had to take it. And that's because Penn and Teller are widely recognised as being among the best magicians out there. They've been performing together for over 4 decades, won the Las Vegas Magician of the Year 8 times, and they've the longest running headline act in Vegas history. And of course you might know them from their incredibly popular TV show, Fool Us, which coincidentally is where I often get lost in YouTube highlight reel holes. Now just looking at the trailer for this masterclass, you can just see how popular it is. The video has over 55 million views. And one of the most exciting things about this class is that Teller actually talks, having been near silent on stage for 40 years. If you don't realise how much of a big deal that is, you can just take a look at the comments on the YouTube trailer. This is also a unique chance to learn from the duo, as it's incredibly rare for them to share their tricks. Now with the Penn and Teller Masterclass, you get 17 videos totaling almost 3 hours of content. You'll learn how to do magic with everyday objects, coin, card and rope magic. I'll be performing some of these tricks for you later on and hopefully fooling you. The way they've filmed these trick lessons is actually pretty cool. What happens is Penn and Teller will perform the trick, guide you through it step by step, and teach it to 3 newbies. This is helpful as you can see Penn and Teller actually correcting newbie mistakes, which helped me a lot at home. Now interspersed throughout the course, you've got these sort of mini documentary style videos where Penn and Teller talk through some of their famous tricks and share their thoughts and perspective on magic. What's really cool and something I hadn't seen a lot in other classes is they actually bring in another master, Johnny Thompson, who Penn and Teller describe as being one of the best card magicians in the world. You also get a 64-page workbook which contains detailed write-ups of all the lessons plus some additional information. Before we get into the tricks, you should know that I have almost no experience when it comes to magic, and I only completed the class 4 days ago, so let's see how far you can get in that time. One of the things I really like about this class is that you can do it with everyday ordinary equipment, which means that you can basically do these tricks anywhere, anytime. This is literally just a piece of paper I rolled up earlier. So, for our first trick, we're simply going to take this ball of paper and we're going to make it disappear, just like so. From there, we've got this completely regular cup. There's absolutely nothing special about this cup whatsoever. You'll just have to trust me on that. And we're going to take this piece of paper. Now, this piece of paper is rather extraordinary, and that's because we can not only make it disappear, but we can also make it reappear right under the cup. Let's see that again. So we take the piece of paper, we first make it disappear, and then have it reappear right under the cup. But here's the thing, because we've done this trick a couple of times now, what we can actually do is we can take this piece of paper, we can throw it on the floor, we can then bring it back along the floor, through the table, and directly under the cup. But it doesn't stop there. Once again, what we can do is we can take the piece of paper, we can throw it on the floor, we can bring it back along through the floor, through the table, and directly under the cup. But as you'll see this time, it's super size. So that about wraps it up for the old cup and ball trick, except for the fact that we now have a lemon right under the cup. It doesn't look particularly fresh, it must have been there for a while. So we're about halfway through the show, but if you like the video, then please like the video. It'd be really great to get your support for the channel. So our next couple of tricks involve 2 coins. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be attempting to send one of these coins through the table. How it's going to work is I'm going to place the other coin below the table, and that'll essentially encourage the other one to fall straight through. So we take our first coin and we hold it in position. We take the second coin and we place it below the table. And when you do this trick, you can actually feel the connection between these 2 coins, and it's at that point you know they're ready. And here we have both of the coins. So let's see that one more time. We get the first coin, we hold it firmly in position, we get the second coin and it goes below the table. We wait for the connection, and there we have both coins through the table. Now this next section, I'm going to attempt to do something a little ambitious, maybe too ambitious given I've only been practicing this for a few days. But what I'm going to attempt to do is send both of these coins through the table together while there's a glass placed on top. And you'll see with the glass placed on top, there's absolutely no funny business going on because there's literally no way for me to get to these coins. They're completely sealed off. But you know what? Maybe using a see-through glass is too ambitious given how little practice I've actually had. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this piece of newspaper here and I'm going to place it on top of the glass. Now your job at home is basically to watch what's happening and to make sure that at no point does the glass get off the table or that I do anything untoward or suspicious. So in 3, 2, okay, didn't go quite to plan. Let's try that again. So in 3, 2, okay, still not getting this. I'll try one last time. But again, you can see the glass is placed firmly on top of the coins. It's completely flush with the table. And in 3, 2, do you know what, guys? I'm not getting this at all. I think it's time to move on. Okay, did I manage to fool you at all? Well, it's clear that I've got a long way to go in my showmanship skills, but I just wanted to give you guys a feel for the class and hopefully you have a good understanding as to what it entails. And of course, I'm sure with more practice, you can do a much better job than me. And of course, this is only a fraction of what you'll learn. It really wouldn't be fair to anyone that had purchased the course if I showed you all of the tricks completely for free. So overall, how did I find the course? Well, generally, I thought it was really great and well put together. Penn and Teller are absolute legends, and you can tell a lot of thought has really gone into producing this class. As Penn says,
these are really, really strong tricks. We are not teaching you garbage. This is stuff you can really use. This is stuff that if you learn, just the stuff we're going to teach you, nothing else, but learn it perfectly, you have really hundreds of tricks you can do.
And the great thing about the tricks is that they really don't require any specialist equipment, so you can perform them and impress your friends pretty much anywhere. All of the instructions are clear, so it's easy to follow along. Of course, you will have to put some practice hours in, but hey, if it was easy, then everyone would be doing it. It's also great that they brought in other magicians to the class, and the documentary-like lessons, along with Penn and Teller's own performances, keep things interesting. Now, in terms of cons, or ways it could be better, Penn says,
and no matter what level you are at magic, we can tell you a little something.
But I would say it's beginners to intermediates who will benefit most, as experts are likely to know some of the tricks already. Of course, there's still value, even if you are an experienced magician, in just hearing Penn and Teller's insights. And I personally would have loved 1 or 2 more tricks, but that's only because I really like the ones I'd learned so much. The class is close to 3 hours, so it's already quite in depth, plus the tricks they teach you have scope beyond the lessons, as it's fairly easy for you to adapt and create lots of different tricks at home. That's because they're really teaching you the key principles and fundamentals of magic. But overall, for me, the pros massively outweigh the cons, and I had a lot of fun with it. Plus, with all of the other classes on MasterClass, I think it's quite good value. Now, if you're wanting to know the price, the best thing you can do is to check the link in the description where you can see it for yourself. I am wondering if MasterClass will increase the price at some point because of the amount of value they deliver. Plus, it's different depending on what currency you're purchasing in, so that's why I don't want to say in this video in case it comes out of date. But one thing you should keep in mind with the price is once you've purchased an all-access pass, you can take any or all of the 100 courses on MasterClass, and the more you take, the less the effective cost per class is. So for example, if you took 10 classes, it's like you paid the cost of an all-access pass divided by 10 and paid that much for each class. When you look at it like that, you realise it's actually very cheap given you're being taught by world-leading experts. Plus they do have a refund policy, so you don't have that much to lose. Just remember the best value is to take as many classes that interest you. So that about wraps it up for the video. If you like the video, then please like the video and consider subscribing. I'm going to be putting more masterclasses to the test and seeing what skills I can learn and documenting that experience and sharing it with you. Thanks again for watching.